Hello, 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 everybody, and welcome to Session 5 of the Halo and Horns miniseries right here on Transplaners channel, The Angel You Know. I am one of your two co-GMs. My name is Connie. My pronouns are they, he, and she. You can find me on TikTok and Twitter and itch at @ByConnieChang. That's ByConniechang. When I'm not here being the angel to Brandy's devil, I am the GM and creative producer for this channel that you're watching this on, Transplaner RPG. It is an all-transgender BIMPOC led D&D show, 100% homebrew, set in the original world of Andake, which is a non-colonial, anti-orientalist, nevertheless dark, gritty fantasy world featuring a lot of queer despair and queer hope. So if that sounds like you, if you like serious roleplay and cinematic combat, tune in Saturdays at 5 p.m. Pacific time, 7 p.m. U.S. Central Time, and 8 p.m. Eastern. We also have a podcast version. Just search Transplaner RPG, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you pod your casts. If you prefer audio dramas instead, fully edited, produced, polished, background music, sound effects, you name it. With my massive magnum-sized plug out of the way, I'm gonna pass introductions over to Brandy. I'm also so sorry that I phrased it that way. I apologize.
Sorry, 404 brain not found, resisting every joke ever made in the history of 12-year-old boys. Hi, hello, I am Brandy Rose at the Brandy Rose on Twitter. My pronouns are they, them. I am an Indigenous Latina creator. I'm a game designer, a writer, a variety and TTRPG streamer, as well as voice actor and game design consultant, amongst a billion other things I'm sure that I do, including I am the head producer and creative producer and just all around head and damn near one-person show at the Patoot Podcast Network. I say damn near because I do have the wonderful co-host Livia, and now for our newest show that is joining our lineup about B-movies, the genre, is my wonderful co-host Kappa, aka Christian. Very, very excited to have now the 9th show in that lineup, 10th show total that I am one of the main hosts, co-producers for as far as podcasts go. And so I'm really, really excited about that. And by the time this comes out, what will already be running on twitch.tv/cutestpatoot, aka my Twitch, is my talk show that I've developed in collaboration with Roll, where you will see some specific familiar faces. Hello. I'm assuming Dylan is somewhere underneath me. Otherwise, it's going to look really, really funny when you edit this. You'll find some very familiar faces as guests. In fact, I'm pretty sure Diana I'm pretty sure you were the first episode. So, yeah. 10 out of 10. Make sure to go check it out. I mean, I'm telling you, it's 10 out of 10. Make sure to go check it out. It is a talk show where I interview amazing game designers, and then we design a game together in less than 20 minutes before playing it together on Roll's interface. So make sure to check me out there. And then other than that, you will frequently see me pop up in other people's things as a guest star or co-star. And all of that will always be announced on my Twitter at the Brandy Rose. My plug's also pretty magnum sized. It's fine. And now to our wonderful mortal, Super Dylan.
Hello. Hi, I'm Super Dylan. You can call me Diana or Dylan, and my pronouns are she, he, and they. I am a tabletop RPG designer and entertainer. I am one half of the podcast Femsplained, where we talk about nerdy interests from a queer feminist perspective in a space where we can't be interrupted or quizzed. I am also a player on The Atomless, which is a Starfinder podcast and actual play hosted live on the Welcome Inn, or if you like a edited podcast version of your APs, it is everywhere that you catch your pods. I play Aig, who is a little rat person. She's a Cinderella business rat. You should go watch it. It's very, very good. You can also see me scattered around on other places doing TTRPGs. My channel on Twitch, twitch.tv/SuperDylan, or sometimes I am on Total Party Kiss, which is another good, fun channel full of tabletop stuff. So yeah, just follow me on Twitter and listen to me scream every thought I've ever had, and occasionally I'll tell you where to find me.
Yes, everyone. Follow Super Dylan/Diana on Twitter. They are fantastic. So is Brandy. Yes, check out all of our magnum-sized plugs and blurbs, etc. But you're here tonight for a different kind of chaos, aren't you? You're here for some Halo and Horns, for some Angel You Know. So actually, just as per tradition for this mini-series, Diana, crack open this egg and make a delicious actual play omelet. Why don't you spiel us in, tell us where we are are for session 5. Give us an opening and then introduce us to your mortal. The floor is yours.
Okay. The year is 2005. In this area of Hoboken, New Jersey, the minivans stopped at the stoplight, all of them in either matte red or a metallic green color, nothing else to be found, are kind of waiting in traffic around the nearest high school, waiting to make their way to pick up their kids. There is Avril Lavigne playing on most people's radio. It is a beautiful day, nice spring, early summer day. We kind of pan across this little suburban picture to a empty church that has probably not been used as a church in a couple of years. Just inside the doors, a kind of spunky looking girl in her late teens in a long sleeve black tee with a band t-shirt over it, ball chain necklaces stacked in size order around her neck, 2 full sleeves of different colored jelly bracelets, standing cross-legged, showing other group of teenagers where they should carry their amps to, where normally a preacher of some kind would be talking to a congregation. The stage has now been cleared and has some speakers set up. And that is where Charlie is right at this moment, kind of just directing amplifier traffic.
Even though you're in your late teens, everyone else obeys you. They like scuttle from like side to side. The smell of like, I think, settled dust swirling through the air, exhaust from traffic outside filtering through, I think, cracks, I think, of the stained glass architecture all around you. Because as you said, this church has not been in use for many, many years. And right now it is the favored hanging out spot and soon to be, I think, locale for the upcoming Battle of the Bands this evening.
You betcha.
Yeah, for the scene in Hoboken, New Jersey.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
As there's hustle and bustle toward the back of the church by some of the cracked wooden pews, some radiant dust swirls with like a soft, almost like shimmering noise. Gold threads into existence and shimmering into being is Artemisia, our angel. As always, she has a completely shaved head with these like gold glowing tattoos just like wrought up like the skin of her scalp, and extremely like handsome, almost like it was plucked out of like an ancient Greco-Roman battlefield and then placed onto a person, like face, right, with an extremely strong nose, and sharp like eagle-like eyes, Athenian eyes, one might say. She ribbons into existence, and she's dressed in 2005 fashion, which she has done her best to make work, but people, it was 2005. She has I think a long sleeve button up shirt that's like not completely buttoned up, not tucked into, over jeans. It will be the first and last time you ever see jeans, I think, on Artemisia. But she's trying to make them work. I think they're skinny jeans, tucked into these boots. She like sits down on the pew, doesn't have a big newspaper out, but has a massive, like, clunky, are Blackberries out yet by 2005?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very much.
Has like a clunky Blackberry. Like sort of like flips open. She doesn't seem to like toggling with the tech, but like lets out a huff and manages to snap open, and looks like she's texting, but she's glancing over the rim of her like metallic Blackberry and observing the proceedings.
Oh boy, I have a very important question. Is this button-down shirt cut so that the bottom front is like the bottom bits that are hanging out are like kind of triangularly hanging out,
like
and there's thin stripes?
It's very like L-word, like Shane.
Ooh,
you know what I mean?
Boy.
Very L-word Shane.
I know exactly what you mean.
Yep,
I was about to say, like, does Artemisia look like a lesbian?
Yes.
Yeah.
Artemisia looks like a lesbian. Yeah.
Oh boy, damn. The mental image. I enjoy it, but you know who else will enjoy it? So this is a church. It hasn't been a church in a while, but it's still a church. Melchior, is she there? who typically takes the appearance of someone who is just very, very, very angular in the face, big dark eyes. At first, just be like, oh, those are just really dark brown eyes. No, there's no pupil. It's all pupil. It's just all black. Usually they would appear, in other cases to stand somewhere coolly, just kind of do their job and leave. But this is, of course, no normal opponent. So Melchior appears, as always, when Artemisia is sitting. So is Melchior on Artemisia, because that is just how they like to mess with Artemisia. Although now maybe it's a little bit different, but Melchior pops into a cloud of dry ice smoke, like special effects smoke, very in the times. Yes. Hair is long and in two side ponytails with I don't know where I'm getting this inspiration from, but these two really big fluffy scrunchies, just so fluffy, so big, in a pink velour tracksuit, but like a Jersey Shore type cropped type of very, very cute tracksuit. The velour is it's like genuine velour. It's not like, oh, this is a pretty little, no, it's velour. So if you rub it against each other, it like zip-locks. It's really a gross feeling. Hair sticks to it, all the time, but is in full bubblegum 2000s attire, big earrings, chunky necklace. Pretty sure that they're wearing pink jelly shoes, which are horrible. Nobody likes them. They hurt. They're so uncomfortable. Melchior loves it, loves being uncomfortable, and it's just covered. Every ounce of skin, neck down, has this sheen of pink glitter over it from the body glitter roll-on, which is one of their favorite things of this era because it always smells a little bit like rubbing alcohol. Never smells like the fruit on the bottle, unless the fruit was put in alcohol 10 years ago to be preserved or dissolved. Pops into existence and goes, oh, you here. Interesting.
You must be right at home, 2005, Hoboken, New Jersey. You devils really have the run of the state, don't you?
I do. I mean, I prefer the 70s, but there's just something about that 2005 to 2010 stretch where humanity was really just
trashy.
Feral. Sure, trashy. It's so
this
flattering.
Is still a place of worship, even though God's presence hasn't been here in many years. You must be feeling a little tingly.
I'm sitting on you. I wouldn't feel tingly.
Really?
But
That's not how you acted last night.
Well, maybe I'm just a very good performer.
Speaking of good performers, I believe the soul we're vying for is currently struggling with one of her bassists. Artemisia tilts around, I think, to look over your velour-covered shoulders to see Charlie. You are currently struggling with one of your bassists. I think he's the bass player in your band. He's 27. He went to the, I think, local community college in Hoboken. He's a good bassist. He's got this patchy beard, you know what I mean? Like constantly kind of really sleepy looking eyes. He currently is just sort of standing there, I think, with his bass case in one hand, his amp in the other, and not really listening to what you're doing.
What?
Oh, hey Charlie.
We got a soundtrack.
Right. Sound check. Yeah. Sorry, I stayed up real late doing adult things. You know what I mean?
Doing adult things, you mean playing video games?
Yeah.
It's fine. I get it. But this is it, right? This is the one chance that we have.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Listen, it's probably because you're so young. You don't really know anything about how the world works in any way, shape, or form. Also, because you're not a man, so part of me doesn't quite respect you that much. But listen. Even if we win this whole Battle of the Bands thing in Hoboken, you're still gonna end up like me. Because at the end of the day, you're just some high schooler from some town in New Jersey, and that's what happens to people like us. We just end up like me.
You know that
Help me.
None of the bass lines in any of these songs are very complicated. We can replace you.
What? On such short notice? You're gonna grab a bassist from another band? Like they never play for one of the enemy? You need me, Charlie. Face it.
Okay, well, like, will you do me the great honor of playing a few bars from Helena so that we can get a sound check?
Okay. I'll set up my baby. And he like goes off, and starts like unzips his case and starts like setting up his bass, right? Everyone else is already ready for the sound check. They're just waiting on Bud. I think that's his name, Bud.
Yeah, Bud's his name.
Bud is his name.
Bud is his name.
It's on the birth certificate and everything. He was not set up for success.
No. Oh my God. And Charlie will kind of like walk away from that and walk over to the rhythm guitarist who's like doing like a little bit of tuning at the edge of the stage quietly to herself and like just gonna be like, if we win, like, please tell me first thing we do is find someone else who wants to play the bass. Why doesn't anyone want to play the bass?
You're a rhythm guitarist who probably went to school with you or goes to school with you. Let's call her Rachel. Why not?
Sure.
Just saw Jennifer Aniston. She rolls her eyes and is just like, because bass sucks. Nobody wants to play bass. It's boring.
I know. I don't want to play bass.
But I guess, if we need to, technically, before I did guitar, I learned some of the basics, but I don't think I could do any of our hard songs.
Okay.
And you'd have to replace the rhythm guitarist. But just for a song, I'm not giving him a spot.
No. I would never, ever, ever bump you from guitar. Ever. You and me, this is our thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, no, the two of us forever. Just a quick note. What is your band name and what is your position in the band?
Fuck.
That is the name of the band. Ever been to a Blink-182 show? They start their encore by setting a giant, like, 10-foot tall
Doll
fuck
on fire. Yeah, I was at that show at Jones Beach.
I was at that show in Germany, and they kicked it off with Family Reunion and did that, and I was like, oh my god.
Yeah. We're called Lovesick Sinkhole, and I.
Oh my god.
And Charlie plays drums and vocals.
Best. Vocalists who are the drummers.
Yeah.
I love it.
best.
I love it.
It's just the best.
Yeah.
Y'all have lungs of steel.
Yeah.
Yeah, and incredible coordination. That's really impressive. Okay.
Strong arms. Very strong arms.
Charlie, as you're talking to Rachel, you're the final member of your four-piece band, your lead guitarist.
Yeah.
Strides up. She was a senior, I think, in high school when you were a sophomore. So she's since graduated. As far as you know, she works at like the Staples. Oh no, she works at the Blockbuster.
Yes!
She works at Blockbuster.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's absolutely a lesbian, like the cool older lesbian. Like everyone is like, is she a lesbian? Like, 'cause she's never dated a guy before. She's got this kind of like, I think she has a mullet. Right, but she makes it look so good, like a lesbian mullet. You know what I mean? Like dark, like black hair. I think she's Asian.
Yes.
Let's call her.
Yes.
Let's call her Alexis.
Oh
She has a tattoo of a scorpion on her forearm because she's a Scorpio, and every Scorpio I've ever met has a tattoo of a scorpion on their body.
Yeah, it's
without
mandatory.
fail. Without fail. And she's got her Fender Strat out. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it's nothing fancy, but it gets the job done, and she's very good. Strides up to you, she like plays a riff and just goes, "Hey, Charlie, how are we on playing one of our originals tonight?"
Yeah. What? Yeah. Yeah, we gotta, I just have Bud doing Helena just for sound check, but we're gonna play our songs tonight, because, I don't want us to get, like, discovered for being, like, a cover band, because we're more than that, like, we're us,
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
And I mean, the lyrics on, and she says the name of the song that you worked so hard on, I think, all throughout senior year. Like, instead of doing like exams, instead of studying, you were working on the lyrics for this one song that you think is your breakout single, right, is like the showstopper, like the headliner song, like for your
Yeah.
set. What's the name of it?
The name of it is Tear Stains on My Hoodie, parentheses. Tear stains on my hoodie, parentheses, but I can't wash it because I want to keep the memory of you alive, end parentheses. Extra long song titles.
Classic.
I'm in physical pain.
We're gonna give Fall Out Boy a run for their money.
Exactly. Brand new Who. It's all about us.
Exactly.
That wasn't a tattoo reference, but like it could be if you are into them. Are you?
This face is Rachel's face, just staring at you like, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Alexis just goes, I think they're kind of overrated.
Cool.
Do you like them?
Yeah, they're kind of overrated. What's that?
It's just like an awkward lesbian pause, right? And Bud just goes, yeah, I'm plugged in, ready for sound check or whatever.
Oh yeah. We're just gonna run through like a couple of quick bars of Helena, and like maybe we'll if we have time we could do a little bit of TBS just to get the sound right, and then we'll really run through our songs.
Yeah, we just have to throw away all our brand new CDs real quick.
Yeah, we'll like keep the burned copies, but we'll get rid of the regular ones.
Dude, I was joking.
Oh,
You are... Wow.
yeah, just
Okay. Alright.
start strumming.
You get up on the drums that you set up on the stage and you start like doing a couple like, like maybe test out your drums and then start playing a couple bars of Helena. And your band plays with you. So Charlie, is your band good?
No.
Ooh.
Plot twist of all plot twists.
You're actually bad. Who's the weakest link?
all right,
Who's the okay, go ahead.
I'm not gonna say like it's bad, but these are teenagers in a band. They are as good as.
I mean, listen. So was Paramore.
Excuse me,
Paramore.
I did
You know what I mean?
concerts when I was 16. Please, excuse me. Excuse me.
Are y'all like good teens who play music? Because there are some teenagers who are really good. Or are you kind of mediocre?
They're
Or
like
are all of you kinda
average
bad?
teenage band. Yeah, and I think that the weakest link is probably Rachel.
Wow.
Bud's probably actually a really good bassist.
Bud
'cause
is
he's 29.
Tragically
Yeah,
good at
he's
the
actually
bass.
really good,
Yeah.
I think.
It's really upsetting. It's
And Alexis
very,
is a
very
couple
upsetting.
years older.
Such betrayal for an NPC
And I think Alexis,
before.
Alexis has been
shreds.
playing guitar. She shreds.
Yeah.
She's actually kind of good.
Yeah,
Very
yeah.
technically sound. Like she's a little wary to improvise and like do original stuff, but she's really, really, really good at like shredding and like covering
Yeah.
Metallica.
Yeah.
Rachel.
No,
Rachel's
say
on
it.
rhythm guitar for a reason. Let's just say she's rhythm guitar for a reason. Not that rhythm guitar is easy at all, right? It's you got it. But she knows her chords. You
feel extremely called out. Valid. Okay. I wasn't the
knows her chords.
guitarist in my band anyway. Poor Rachel. Rachel probably joined because you guys have probably been best friends since kindergarten.
Yes.
Literally been attached to them since kindergarten. You got into the scene, so she got into the scene. You wanted to play the drums, so she was like, I guess I'll play guitar. And just
Yeah.
started taking guitar lessons. But like, this is not Rachel's passion.
Yeah.
So much as like you are like Rachel's best friend, and I'm feeling I think Rachel's just a baby lesbian that's in love with you and will not say anything. Would rather die than say anything.
Right.
Ever.
Fantastic.
What about you, Charlie? Are you good?
I think that with Charlie, she's good at the drums and she's good on vocals. There's sort of a pressure to do this whole drummer vocalist thing because it's the one gimmick that sets them apart from every four-piece local band in New Jersey out to Long Island. They are the only one with a drummer / vocalist, but it really is not strong.
It's not
to do
working.
them
Yeah.
together. Yeah.
It would be better if you just played drums or if you were just on vocals, right?
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I'm into that, actually. This is actually a nice, well-rounded picture of your flaws and strengths as a band.
Yeah.
I'm actually really into this. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Do your sound check. You sound good. You toggle a couple of levels here and there. You like stop, you talk, but yeah, it sounds pretty good. And I think
Yeah.
like the afternoon is starting to eke into evening because we all know that sound checks fly by. Like
Yeah.
15 minutes immediately fly by, and the sun begins to set. And you get the feeling, you hear like a tire squealing against pavement as you hear like the trucks, the cars and vans of other bands start pulling into the parking lot by the church.
Oh, shoot. Okay. Like, nerves. We gotta have our, like, we should huddle. Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's do your stupid little huddle thing. Like Bud
Hey,
puts his
old
face
man.
down. I'm
Can
not even
it?
30.
I'm not even 30. Can it?
Whatever.
Rachel's a mean lesbian.
Yeah.
I'm in love with her.
We all love Rachel. Bud sloughs over. Alexis, very polite, like puts her guitar down. I think she's got like a denim vest on, with like torn off sleeves. You know what I mean? And like a choker, like a black spiked choker. She sort of strides over in her black skinny jeans. You know what I mean? And like those like fur like gauntlet things. Like
Yeah.
the leather gauntlet thing. She strides over. What's up, boss?
Hey, I'm just like, I'm just like, we're just like, we're friends. You don't have to call me boss. But all right. So it's going to get started. It's going to be packed in here. Just like, we're not even going to look at the crowd because like, we don't want to get nervous and we're not going to mess this up because we're the best. Like, we're the best band in Hoboken. Nobody is going to take that away from us. Even if we don't win, but we're totally going to win.
We're totally gonna kill it. And two things, boss. Not to add more pressure to your plate. You know what? Do you want the thing that's kind of scary first, or do you want the less scary thing?
Okay, give me the scary thing first.
Okay. There's a producer from Atlantic Records who's coming.
Shut.
The Hoboken?
Yeah. I saw him. He was buying She's the Man. He was renting She's the Man on DVD. I'd recognize his face anywhere. I saw him on someone's like MySpace page. They were posting about him. They had a picture of him and I recognized it. It's him, he's here. So I even asked him as he was checking out, hey, you here for the Battle of the Bands later? And he said, yeah. He's always looking for hidden talent.
In Hoboken.
Yeah.
Rachel
Hoboken is
cannot
cool.
look more skeptical.
Rachel,
It's physically not possible.
we're in
What?
Hoboken.
I know.
We're the epicenter of like the current scene movement,
Exactly. I mean, Paramore's from Tennessee. Good talent's found everywhere.
right?
Cool. What's the not scary news? Oh, wise older one.
I'm not that much older than you. I mean, if you want to talk elderly, Bud's right there. Hey.
Well, he's like
But-
a senior
Yeah.
citizen.
Hey, I resent that. You guys need me. Do I have to say this again? I'm doing this for free. I'm not even getting paid for this. But shut up.
None of us are getting paid. Anyway,
But
what's the less scary news?
play your Game Boy.
Alexis?
Oh, okay, fine. I was just going shiny hunting anyway. And he goes down and starts like playing his like Fire Red or something because I think it's out by now or something.
On the SP.
On the SP, the Game Boy SP, yeah. Alexis turns to you, Charlie, and says, the less scary thing is more of a little bit of a pep talk, I guess, for our leader. Yeah, these past 14 months have actually been a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed coming to rehearsals, after my shifts at Blockbuster, and it's been nice to do something that's not babysitting. You know what I mean? And I just wanted to say, this isn't just an opportunity for us to show everyone that we're the best. Maybe it's a good opportunity to make friends with some of the other band members here. You know what I mean? They're all going to be up and coming, young musicians like us. And, I mean, I was reading on like how to make it in the music industry the other day, on lunch break, and they were all saying stuff about networking. So maybe now's an opportunity for that.
Oh, yeah. Like, you mean like our whole focus shouldn't be just to beat the other bands, but we should like, get to know them and stuff. And
Bands from the entire New Jersey area are going to be coming in. This church is going to be packed with people we've never seen before and will never see again when they leave. We should at least try to like exchange MySpace profiles or like aims, you know what I mean?
Or we could be opening ourselves up to sabotage. These scenes get really, really vicious. Maybe we should make friends after the performance and before the performance. Not open ourselves up, Funshine Bear?
Nah, Rachel. Sabotage, everyone thinks that that's really scene, really emo, but I don't know, man. I think that the scenest thing you could do is make friends.
Yeah, Rachel, it's just, remember in Josie and the Pussycats when like they thought everybody was against them, but like really it was just like the record industry is against them. And like all of the musicians need to stick together, just like Josie and the Pussycats and Du Jour needed each other. I think that we also need all the other bands here to make up like the scene community. Like that's why they call it like the scene and not like the four of us.
So are you Josie in this scenario?
No.
Are we the Pussycats?
No, if anything, I'm Tara Reid. 'Cause I'm the drummer.
Okay, that's fair. But
We're-
you're also, okay, anyway.
We're Love Six Cinco, and we're gonna show everyone what that means tonight. Right, Charlie?
We sure are. We're Love Sing Sinkhole. LSSH
Sure are.
forever.
Yeah! And like, maybe
They
you
have
do your like,
Sharpie
little...
tattoos, like on the wrist
yes.
of their
100%.
Gel pen.
that
Yeah.
they do
Hearts
every
on the
day. They
hand.
like fill it in again because their parents won't let them get tattoos.
Yes.
On the three of you saying Love Six Cinco, but still playing Pokemon, the doors open and the other bands begin to stream in. Charlie, there's at least a dozen bands coming in with their various huge instruments that they're setting up on various pews or talking, and some of them not a lot of them look to be around your age. Most of them seem older. Like college age, like Bud's age. Right? And like they look like they know what the fuck they're doing. There's like most of them are white dudes. You know what I mean? Like a lot of dudes.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
Yeah,
dudes
yeah,
in
yeah.
here. You know, like they look intimidating. They've got beards and tattoos. Which is scary. They're big. You know, see them start to like pull out their instruments, start to tune it. You see a couple of them do like like really impressive sounding riffs. You know, like even when they're not plugged in, just sort of like going up and down the neck of their guitars. You know, see a drummer guy like sort of twirl his sticks in the air and catch them. You know, and just sort of like drum on like the pews as like his bandmates are setting up. And see if
Sir, this is the house of God.
I
Can
know.
can we tone it down?
Do you say that out loud?
No.
That would have been hysterical.
Oh my, I think what happens is Charlie subconsciously turns on the heat sinking part of her brain to attempt to locate anyone who looks the slightest bit femme or gay. Like in this sea of
That is
femme,
very
gay, or both.
difficult to discern given everybody's haircuts.
Yes. And eyeliner situation and but I'm just trying to scan this crowd.
Melchior has discovered a slight problem. She can't stand anywhere. It's a church. Melchior can't be in a church on the ground. So Melchior I don't know where Artemisia is, but Artemisia cannot move without Melchior on them.
I have an idea. I think
Clinging,
like as
please.
you know the band members start streaming in, Artemisia goes, "Oh, all right." She starts to get up, but notices that like maybe Melchior's like, right, devil in a church. Even though it's dilapidated, it's technically still here, isn't it? Which means you can't be.
You know, it may be slightly uncomfortable, excruciating pain. If I touch the floor or the furniture, or
You know what?
It's hard to be dignified while you're like
Yeah, when you're like clinging on like a
holding
koala bear.
to
Yeah.
somebody. Face so close.
I'll help you out, but only
No.
if you say please.
You want me to say please?
Mm-hmm. Devil should know their manners.
You want me to beg you?
Mm-hmm.
You didn't get enough of that last night?
I can always get more.
And like Melchior leans in very close to the ear and says, please.
Please what?
Are you sure you're an angel? And like you get like a pat like to find like the wings at the back, just like where they should be.
You don't
Of,
find
like,
any.
Are you sure? Are you sure you got them hidden away somewhere and you don't secretly just don't have any? Fine. And you get like, it's so hard to throw a tantrum in somebody's lap. Legs really like from the front, like legs crossed extremely tightly around hips, just arms around shoulders, just like, please carry me while we're in the church.
Is that so hard? And Artemisia like scoops you up like bridal style, you know, like stands up.
This is degrading.
Yep. You like it. She like
I do,
like
but this is degrading.
shuffles out of the pew a little as like the other humans start coming in. And I think for the entire rest of this, as long as we're in the church, like we'll just hold Melchior like in her arms.
In this. And it's absolutely not massively impressive that this is just holding Melchior with no strain, no shake, no nothing, just solid. And since it's bridal now, like Melchior is kind of like just like leaned back, feet up, and just like crossing arms, and is just like attempting to maintain some semblance of dignity, but also noticed something, and is not going to say anything just yet, but has noticed something interesting. Melchior, just kind of, as usual, sneezes a little bit, just a little choo. And when Melchior sneezes, nothing good happens, because what happens is suddenly another band's amp is starting to smoke a little bit. These are dinosaur amps that are being used. So like these are like parents amps that got taken secondhand, third hand, fifth hand, 10th hand. They've been through so much. They weigh 80 bazillion pounds, and they are one negative look away from like potentially exploding. It starts to smoke. This is an all college student group. This is Kiss of Death. They look like kind of inspired. They make up off of the band Kiss, but if Kiss were seen, I think it's a pun, but it's hard to have a band name you have to explain visually. This is just a group of, let's say, just non-binary college students with Kiss makeup who have not noticed that the amp is starting to smoke a little bit, but they have noticed that like something sounds off. I don't think they're particularly good. They're not a good band. I mean, it would have been a shocker if they were. They're not a good band. Melchior has been following them their whole career and making sure that none of them has even the slightest ounce of follow through to genuinely practice a single song or an instrument for longer than 5 minutes. So they're horrible. They're very good makeup artists. It's like very good. It's fantastic actually. But it already doesn't sound good. Their sound check, something sounds off about it. Just off.
What? That's not the speakers, is it?
Oh, someone turn that off. Charlie, you're in charge of this whole event. Can you go find out what the hell's happening? It's hard for me to focus on trying to catch a shiny Pikachu.
Oh my God. Thanks, bud. And Charlie will run up on stage. Is it visibly smoking, the amp?
The amp is in the back-ish, so like it could be smoke, it could be special effects smoke, dry ice. You can't tell. It's not big enough to be setting off any alarms. Not that this church has any.
Hey, so if you got like dry ice, like don't you want to like save it for the show? Or you like brought extra for sound check?
The band leader is this very tall, long-haired individual. Face is entirely like the puppy dog member of Kiss. Greets you with no noise, just the expression. It's a little jarring. And then goes, we don't do dry ice. We're artists.
Okay, cool. Then your amp's on fire.
Thanks.
No.
We are pretty on fire.
No.
It's okay, don't be intimidated, you know?
I'm gonna go unplug it because it's smoking. There's smoke coming out of it. I'm not trying to compliment you. I'm also not trying to be mean, but I don't want this church to burn down because it's like our only go
space. You're new here, huh? Is this your first battle of the bands?
This is our first one, yeah, but like we've done Battle of the Bands before, but like we've only ever done them at like the public library or like at the high school down the corner or at the golf course. But this is like the biggest one. This is one that like, you know, people come to. Anyway, you know that, but the whole amp on fire thing is probably serious, right?
Look, I can't blame you for trying. I mean, I will, but like,
Charlie, the entire
more
amp is now
subtle
on
ways.
fire as they're talking. Like it's spread. The entire amp is now ablaze,
Oh my
and
God.
no one else notices but you.
I run over to it and I'm like, Bud, I need an adult.
What?
I need an
now
adult.
you need me. Now you need me.
Rachel is
sure.
gonna smack Bud up the back of the head. We like had
Ow.
to like jump up to do it because Rachel's about 4'11".
Bud's like 6'2". Yeah. Ow! What
Running
the
jump.
what?
LeBron's that.
Well, Charlie
Oh.
just unplugs it, but she's like, I don't know what to do next.
Oh! Shit! Fire! He just screams fire, and causes a panic. Even though the fire is mostly contained to just one amp, the other bands are like, huh? What? He's going, fire! The church is on fire, everyone!
Oh
It's
my
on
God.
fire!
God, wrong adult. Yeah.
Chaos starts up in the pews. A couple bands are like, what? You know, like they grab their things and start to leave. A couple bands stay and they're just going like, what's happening? But like chaos and panic begin to swirl around you, Charlie. What do you do?
I'm gonna grab like one of those like big old like mats that they use to like slide the amps across the floor, and I will throw it over and smother it. And I want to make eye contact with Bud. Just be like,
Never mind. Fire's over. You can come back. The fire's over. And panic begins to like sort of subside. The panic at the church begins to
Panic at the church.
subside. And there's like a moment of relief. And I think like another band member, not from Kiss of Death, but from a different band. They look to be maybe like they're dressed real casual, t-shirts and jeans. Right, maybe like a Letterman jacket here or there. They also look like maybe high school age, like the only other like high school age band in here. One of their members like breaks apart from the rest of them, and she comes up to you, Charlie, and she looks to be about your age, really like girl next door. You know what I mean? Like freckles,
yeah.
kind of like blonde hair tied up in a ponytail. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
very casually and naturally pretty, right?
Yeah.
And she's got a Letterman jacket on, like a t-shirt tucked into her skinny jeans, and she just goes, "Hey, was that you? Did you stop the fire?"
Yeah, I mean, I have this like behemoth with me, and he's like totally useless. So I just threw a mat over it.
Oh, that guy's in your band? I thought he
Yeah,
was
I
like,
mean, he's
the producer of this event or something. He's so old.
Oh no, that's me. Well, I'm okay. I'm not like the producer. There's like technically an adult that runs the church, but like I'm like the liaison for all the bands, and I
You're Charlie.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm Mel. I was the one emailing you about if we could have like if there was room for 2 drums on the stage.
You're the 2 drums.
Yeah, we're the two
Oh my
drums
God.
band. Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. We're the drum singer band.
Oh,
Yeah.
Love Sink Sickle?
Love sick sinkhole. Yeah, it's hard to say. You gotta like
okay.
I say it like 3 times in front of the mirror every morning just so I could be ready for the day. It's tough.
Well, we're double D's. It's a pun because we have two drummers, 2 drum sets, you know, and I'm the lead singer and I'm a girl, I guess. And like she sort of trails off, and you see like the rest of the
No,
band
no,
are
I
like
get it.
like nerdy looking teenage boys who are like, oh, double D's, you know, like as they're
Yeah. No, I get it. Absolutely. You know, Bud is our bassist. Like we couldn't find another bassist.
Whoa, he's got to be good, right? I mean, he looks like he's like 1,000 years old.
He's really good. He's really good.
That's good. Our bassist kind of sucks. I mean, he doesn't even want
Yeah.
to play bass, but someone's gotta. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no one wants to play
No one
bass.
wants bass. Yeah.
Yeah, sucks. Well, but it's super nice for you to be here. We're not going to use that amp. Just make sure I'm going
Right.
to like mark it, throw it away, I think, and we'll use a different one.
Sounds like a plan. Well, it's great to meet you in person. We're not from Hoboken. We're from the shore. So we had to take a bus up here.
Oh my God. With all your stuff? That's so
Yeah.
rad. That must have been like a really like long journey and stuff.
There's this really funny story. As we were getting on the bus, the kick almost rolled away. because there was this
my
huge gust of wind. It was like divine intervention or something. It was hilarious. But we're here in one piece.
Melchior just laughed.
I'm so glad.
Nobody can hear it. Nobody can see it. It's just like, that was funny.
Well, it's great to meet you, Charlie. It's good to see another, like non-huge dude at one of these events. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like really good. We're like one of the only bands with like a couple of non-dudes, and it's pretty. It gets pretty.
At that,
weird.
Rachel shows up next to you in like defensive best friend stance.
Yeah.
Just like, hey, Charlie.
Hey, this is my best friend Rachel.
Hi, Rachel.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
Mel.
she plays guitar.
Guitar, that's awesome. Are you lead or rhythm?
Rhythm.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Rhythm guitarists are important. I'm on rhythm and I'm vocals too for Double D's.
For what?
Double D's?
That's their band name.
Because we have 2 drummers.
Right.
They do this thing at the top of
Okay.
every set where they like do like a little, drum off. It's
Cool,
like our
cool,
thing.
cool,
I think
cool.
it's kind of distracting from the songs that we do, but it helps us stand out. Know what I mean?
What was the sitch with that fire? Like, are you good or?
Oh yeah, Bud was totally useless, so I put the fire out.
I caught a shiny Pikachu! I did it!
Cool,
You know, if
Bud.
he got like axe murdered, I don't think anybody'd be sad.
Jesus.
I am pretty sure that that's true. Although I would like for that to happen after Battle of the Bands. We do need him.
Speaking of which, and a very self-important man voice rings out through the church.
I'm trying so hard to understand what part of that was a speaking of which.
All,
Melchior looks excited is all I'm about to say.
all heads turn, and we see like at the end of the pews, almost like he's fucking Jesus, like silhouetted against like the slightly open doors, you know what I mean? Like of the church, like oh, he comes in. The executive from Atlantic Records, Mr. Richardson, that Alexis had been telling you about. He looks like an exec. He's in a beautiful 3-piece suit, balding head, these like glasses that he's got on, right? He's holding, weirdly enough, he's holding a briefcase, but that just makes him even look more impressive. And he just sort of says, speaking of which, when is this event going to get off the ground? One of you will be very, very, very lucky tonight, and the rest of you will go home very, very, very sad.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we're just about ready. There was a small fire, but it's like a non-issue because we put it out, and we're throwing out the amp that is the culprit as we speak, and then we're ready to go.
And who might you be?
Charlie, I'm the band liaison. I volunteered for.
Oh, Charlie! I thought
Yeah.
you'd be a man.
Oh, yeah. No, my parents thought that too, but they were wrong. So but I like the name. So, yeah.
Well,
Rachel looks about ready to punch this dude.
I hope none of you mind if I just take a seat right here. He goes up to like the very front pew, and a couple of band members like they grab their like instruments like off of the bench and they let him sit. And he sits down in the front seat, right? Like puts like one ankle over his knee, pops open the briefcase, like pulls something out. You realize it's a clipboard, and well, I'm ready to go. Who's up first?
Rachel is like, just grabs like this clipboard and starts like kind of smacking you with it to like put your attention to it because it has the list of like the band names on it. You guys are not first because
You guys are last.
First is because first is Death Slot. First is actually Kiss of Death, and like Rachel's just kind of pushing it into your arms to remind you that you have that.
Okay. Okay. Gets up onto the mic and like, hi. Suddenly, like a very different Charlie. We're super happy to have everybody here at the Battle of the Bands. Thanks for coming, everybody, and please welcome first up, Kiss of Death.
some scattered applause, you know?
Yeah.
Kiss of Death comes up, and they start their set. It's, as Brandy described as Slash Melchior, it's not great. I think a lot of it, do they even have a single original song, or are they just doing covers?
No, they're doing exclusively covers of All American Rejects.
Not even
Which is not appropriate.
Okay.
Especially not with their makeup.
My dirty little secret. And like slightly attitude. You gonna what are you be? And we see Mr. Richardson. He's like rolling his eyes, like his like fingers are up on his temple, and he marks something off on his checklist.
I'd like to point out they do them at 0.5 speed. So much slower.
Okay.
So the songs are so long.
Yeah, it's like an 11-minute set, and they play 2 songs. Yeah.
Their makeup is fucking flawless, though. It's a really confusing experience.
When Kiss of Death is done, everyone claps, you know, out of politeness. And Mr. Richardson says, you know, I'll just give you the news right now. This is boring. This is trite. You're technically flawed. Mediocre at best. The highlight of your performance was your makeup. Maybe you could be roadies, you know, doing makeup for real musicians. Next.
Dude, he said best and makeup. Sick.
Are we gonna like to Rachel? Like, are they gonna like criticize us all out loud in real time? I
Yeah,
thought
dude.
like
That's why I told you not to get buddy with these bitches. This is brutal.
this is really brutal.
Bud leans in and says, it's not too late to try to sabotage some of the better looking bands. I have my hedge cutters in the trunk of my truck if you want me to grab it.
Now you want to be a part of this, bud?
Well,
There was a fire 10 minutes
there's
ago.
a producer now. It feels real.
Okay, I mean,
told
better
you
late
about
than never.
All right, I'll go get the hedge trimmers. And Bud like hustles out. Well, we have time. We're last on the list. You decided, right? We're supposed to be the headliners.
I mean, I don't think we have to. Let's let him do it because I think if he takes these clippers to like the wires, he's gonna electrocute himself. So, let's let him do that. We
Two buds,
could,
one stone.
Two buds,
maybe if we see something, we don't say something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Could you explain it though?
Okay.
I do get it, but-
So like if somebody's like chord isn't right, we don't have to tell them.
Oh, sure. So like if they're tuning and it's
Right. Like if I
clearly-
bumped into something and like something came loose,
Or
we saw that.
Alexis cuts
we
in.
have to say something.
Or they'll be really
my God,
grateful
Grandma.
that we pointed something out. You know what I mean? I mean, wouldn't we want someone watching out for us?
Yeah.
And that Mel girl, you seem to hit it off nice with her. You-
I mean, we hit it off normal. We hit it off a normal amount.
You were laughing a lot at what she was saying. She was laughing a lot at what you were saying. Maybe as a new
Yeah.
best
Just
friend.
2 clowns having
Shut
a great
up.
time. Anyway.
I mean, like, well, I
in
was,
a good way.
I laugh. I just, I laugh a lot. It's like just what I do. I like laugh, because things are funny.
Yeah, I think that's really cute.
Stop.
I don't think gratitude is going to get us a record deal, especially if it's gratitude from our opponent here.
What if we get everybody to rally against the record producer and then he has to sign us because we're all...
Okay, Lizzie McGuire, tell me when you wake up in the real world again. Did you fucking binge Disney Channel again last night? Because it gives you unrealistic ideations, doesn't it?
I know, but you know what? I wanted to feel really hopeful today.
Hopeful's cool, but like hopeful because we're good, not hopeful because the animals are going to start talking to you, you Disney princess.
They could, we don't have proof that it never happens.
At this point, the producer cuts in. I think the next band's finished their set. They're like a college band, and their sound was pretty good. like they were really technically proficient. It's kind of like vaporwavy before like vaporwave was a thing. You know what I mean?
Sure, yeah.
The producer just goes, okay, that's enough. You guys are fine, I guess. But most people are fine. The bare minimum to be a band at this level, and he like raises his hand, is to be fine. You guys don't have any what's it called? Soul. There's no soul to your sound. There's nothing interesting about you. What even is your story? I don't get the story here. There's no narrative. Next.
Okay, I can't
Do
take
we
it.
have a story?
Rachel is just gonna like kind of like do the thing where like Rachel's just gonna do this and then walk up to like the next band and just start like talking to them. Behind their back, they've reached back to like one of the guitars that's like just like on a stand, like waiting, and is twisting one of the knobs in one direction so that it is completely off tune, and just kind of like twirls this and distracts from here, and then just goes like and walks away, and then goes, okay, yeah, that was a lot. I think we're fine.
Talked to them, Rachel?
Yeah, I
And,
just
like-
checked out what they were doing, because they're like this really big band. They came down here from like Boston. I don't know why they were down here. It's like a hella train ride, but like
Speaking of which, I think like the Boston band starts to get up on stage with the detuned guitar that they thought they sound checked. So they're just
and
gonna
like
go right
leans
into their
over
set.
and is like, I did detune their guitar though.
Oh, dang it.
It's fine. It's fine. Just let it happen. It's fine.
At this point, Artemisia leans into Melchior and is like,
Mhm.
it doesn't count. If they're just a bystander, they have to actively sabotage.
I know. Thank you. And like leans into the head, because like every time now when they speak, it's imminently in each other's faces.
Yeah.
So the tension is very strong, and it's and Melchior is still kind of pouting. They can't move. They can't go anywhere. This is very undignified. This is not the position they want to be in after somebody made a good old Irish exit in the morning. Melchior is just like, well, we could always just disappear one of them, although I think that's kind of more your thing.
Huh. I've never actually disappeared or killed a mortal by my own hands.
You are so dense.
And I think like Artemisia just cocks an eyebrow at that, and we like pan back to like the band getting on the stage, and the producer goes, "Ah, yes, I've heard of you. What's it called? Hellfire Rising? High hopes for you.
You're so good at naming bands.
Front runner of Battle of the Bands right here. Everyone take notes. Take notes." And the producer like settles back down in his pew, ready to be impressed, as Hellfire Rising begins like talking to each other before they begin their set. Alexis leans into you, Charlie. Are you gonna do anything about this?
Yeah. I'm just thinking. Sorry.
It's
And as they like start their first song and like the first chord hits with like that like dissonant like thing, like Charlie's gonna run out with Bud's bass guitar and like run out and be like, sorry, and like lean into the microphone. Sorry, that bass got damaged in the fire earlier, but that's gone. Sorry, and like does a little swap. Sorry, we'll inspect this. You just keep going. Sorry, and like run off.
The band members look at each other, they're like, huh? They shrug. They take the bass, and like the guy whose guitar was detuned is like, what? Like, he's like scratching the back of his head, like, what the fuck happened? But they shrug, and the producer's tapping his foot, and he's like, off to a rough start with Hellfire Rising. Let's hope that your rising hellfire doesn't quench. Continue! As you like rush off the stage, Charlie.
And like she like throws the bass at Bud and is like, please do something useful and tune that back.
Bud has like hustled back in from outside at this point, has huge hedge trimmers, I think, in one hand, grabs the bass. What? This isn't my baby. What's that guy doing with my baby?
It's just a temporary babysitting gig.
That is so weird that you call it that, dude. That is so weird. You're old enough to like have a baby.
Shut up. I'm not even 30. How many times do I have to? Well, I've got the hedge trimmers if we want to. I mean, if they're the front runners, we can cut some cords while they're playing.
No,
it's not too late.
We're not
No,
gonna.
it's fine. The narc won't let us.
What?
Rage,
Charlie.
I'm just trying to like win fair and square because because we're good, not because like there's a fire or because we sabotaged the other band. I want to win because we're really, really, really good.
At that, Hellfire Rising finishes their set, and the producer stands up and claps. That, ladies and gentlemen and everyone else, that is what music is. Oh, I feel like we don't even have to finish the Battle of the Bands. Unless the final band on the list really blows me out of the water, that's the band I'm gonna sign. And everyone, a round of applause for Hellfire Rising. It's got technical mastery, it's got soul, it's got a story. It's got everything, none of these cheap gimmicks that all you new bands try to have to set yourselves apart. This is just good music. And everyone like claps along, right? Looking kind of sullen. I think Double D's set also happened like in the middle of everything, but they were just kind of mediocre. You know what I mean? Like no strong pros or cons. What do you do, Charlie?
Great, Charlie.
Okay. Rach.
Thanks.
Rach. Like, please, like, you're my best friend. And like, this is our band. And like, I really, really just want to win, but I don't know, like, just, you trust me on something? And like, she's gonna give you a pinky.
Oh my God, you are like so 5. Yeah, fine. But like, does it extremely seriously.
Yeah.
'Cause this is legally binding.
Good.
Gross.
Okay. All right.
Please.
Charlie, as you're getting on stage, Mel from Double D's, who was also just chewed out, you know, about like I think the producer had said, your double drum act is so cheap, you know, like da-da-da. Mel runs up to you. I think her eyes are a little red from crying from the intense feedback she got. She goes, wait, Charlie, wait. Drums or vocals, which do you like better? Do you like drumming more or do you like singing more?
I like drumming more.
Alexis chimes in and says, but the original song, Tear Stains on My Hoodie, but I can't wash it because I want to keep the memory of you alive. Only you can really sing the soul of that song, Charlie.
Well, yeah, because it's like about how I really feel.
Yeah. And Mel says, so which is it? Drumming or singing?
Oh my God. Rachel? Like, what do you think?
I think you should sing the song.
Do you get it? The song?
And like, Rachel's like looking at you like slightly alarmed because like the rest of the band is like right there. And it's just like, I mean, it's about like Alexis, right?
Oh, I'm gonna sing the song.
Wait, what did you say it was about?
I'm gonna sing the song. Who's gonna drum it?
I can drum, says Mel. I'm actually a really good drummer, but David and Paxton have like a dick measuring contest or something going on when they do their drum off, and they never let me try because they think girls can't drum, but I'm actually a really good drummer, so I can help.
Oh my God.
I'll improvise.
You're in. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a 4-chord song, so don't worry about it.
Okay, yeah, I got it.
Okay. And Charlie's gonna go out on stage and take the mic and like clearly doesn't know what to do with her hands because she's used to
This is the worst
drumming
day of
while
Rachel's life.
so she's like
so annoyed.
holding the microphone. Hi, this is Love Sink Sinkhole, and this is our original song, Tear Stains on My Hoodie, but I won't wash it because I want to keep the memory of you alive. And it's about like the best night I ever had with my best friend, Rachel, right over there.
There's like a spotlight out of nowhere. This is Melchior because Melchior is a demon and also thrives off of embarrassment if she can't get chaos. And a spotlight appears from nowhere, even though there's no electrics in this church, at the top, and is just like on Rachel, and Rachel is just like confused and kind of mortified because spotlight and teenager, but like mostly confused and is like looking at you like, okay. And is just like racking her for the lyrics that she doesn't remember. And she's just like, okay, focus, Rachel, focus. Melchior is in the arms, is pouting because looking up at Artemisia is like, why do I feel like you were enjoying this whole situation way too much?
I am.
Look at these goody two shoes.
I like it when the good ones win out, and Charlie is nothing if not a good one. And the producer goes, all right, well, that's fine and well, but let's let the music speak for itself. Begin.
It's like a really upbeat, fast-paced song, but the lyrics are so sad, so dramatic. The lyrics are just like
This
I
is the
cry
best
every
night
night.
you ever
Like,
had.
my journal is soaked with tears. It's so dramatic.
Is it about how you're, what's it about?
What is it about?
What is it about? It's about Rachel? Is it a
It's
love
about
song?
Rachel.
About Rachel?
It's a love song about Rachel.
Like you're secretly in love with her or something?
Yeah.
Oh.
About how like the only reason I get on the bus to school every morning is because we're in homeroom together. It's all
Rachel is not playing her best because Rachel is having an awakening. Like Rachel is having a realization. Rachel is having a come to Jesus moment, but like is also trying to play a song. It's like an original, and originals are way harder to play than covers because you can't compare it to anything in your head. You have to play it to nothing. And so Rachel is just like playing and staring at you.
Yeah. And Charlie, like, eyes shut. Like, just focused, so laser focused on singing the song.
Do you pour like your entire heart and soul into the, because you're completely focused because you're not distracted by drumming.
Yeah.
This is
It's-
new. Yep.
It's like all coming out.
And then the song's over. Like the final like fill, you know, like by like mouth, like the cymbal crashes and you know like the drum peters out, and there's silence in the church. And then the producer
great.
says, "When I was 16 years old, I was in love with a girl who didn't love me back. And this song reminds me of when I was in high school again." He slowly stands up. "I have never in my 49 years of living and my 22 years of being an executive at Atlantic Records ever been transported through time and space by a song like this. You, Charlie, what's the name of your band?"
Lovesick Sinkhole, sir.
No, it's not. That's a horrible name.
You're like a hey from Rachel because Rachel helped name the band.
Yeah.
Is maybe responsible for the sinkhole part.
Yeah.
Change the band name. Swap out your bassist because that old man doesn't really work in this young teen girl getup.
Done, sir.
Maybe get your rhythm guitarist some guitar lessons.
Hey,
Well, let's get you a vocal coach to really coach those raw pipes into something golden. And I think you've got yourselves a record deal.
you're shitting me.
I'm not. I've got the contract right
He's
here.
being very serious.
He pops open the briefcase to reveal that it's a contract inside.
Is this how this happens in real life? Am I in a movie? Rachel's having a hard time existing right
I
now.
told you, Rachel, the Disney Channel movies are based in reality.
Wait, so
Rachel
I'm not
just like
involved in
holds
this?
your hand. It's just holding hand and not reacting. to
Our moment.
otherwise.
No, bud, get out of here.
But I. He breaks out crying, grabs his hedge trimmers,
God.
grabs baby, grabs his Pokemon game, and runs out.
Okay.
Thank God.
Yeah. But we're gonna do it, right?
Yeah. No. Yeah. This is our band.
Okay.
We're gonna do it
Okay.
together.
Alexis?
Fuck yeah! I don't want to work at Blockbuster anymore. Charlie, that was amazing.
And Mels, you did pretty good. Like, I know you're not even from this city, but you want to be in our band?
Well, I mean, and the producer says, oh, of course, every band needs a drummer, and your drummer was incredible. And Mel gets up and says, wow. She runs forward to the front as well, holds on to like Alexis's hand because you're all like lined up in front holding each other's hands. And Mel just says, I'm so glad I made a new friend, Charlie.
God.
Oh my God. We did it. Alexis, you were right. We made a new friend.
We did it. Yay! And like Mel is like cheering, and Alexis even looks giddy, even though she usually looks so cool, right? And like I think ecstasy is just like running through you. You feel so happy. This is everything you've ever wanted.
Rachel gives you a kiss on the cheek.
Turn bright red.
Beautiful.
And don't look at her. And go, okay. All right, let's do it. Let's go. Let's sign it. I'm doing it. I'm going to tell my mom later so that she can be mad at me, but not stop me.
Very well. Well, first order of business, we got to get you a new band name. So, lead singer, what'll it be?
Oh, Rachel? I'm feeling the word rebirth, right? Like this is the old band and we need the new band.
Why don't we just call ourselves Phoenix?
Oh my God.
Short.
Yeah.
Rebirth, fire. Metal as hell.
That is pretty metal. Okay. Any vetoes?
Sounds great to me, boss. Phoenix. Yeah, I love it. Much better than Double D's.
Yeah,
Oh,
definitely
God, yeah.
agree. Okay, Phoenix. Do we want to like spell it weird? Like F-E-E-N-I-X?
I think then people will just think that we can't write.
Oh my God, this isn't impossible. And the exec just like writes Phoenix in.
Phoenix, okay.
There you go. Sign your name, and your entire life is gonna change, Charlie. Right here on the dotted line.
Okay. I sign it.
And on you signing it, Charlie, I think there's like a glitter of like gold. It's like all your other friends sort of like lean over the briefcase to look. Like Alexis bumping in, your brand new friend Mel, like ooh, like shaking with excitement behind you. Her freckles sort of like beaming out of her face. We pan back over to Artemisia, who like raises like a hand underneath Melchior's hip where she's holding Melchior. And there's like golden wisps of Charlie's soul that no one on this plane of existence can see just sort of beam out of Charlie's chest as Charlie's signing the contract and like sort of like twine through the air toward Artemisia, and she catches it in her fingers and it sinks into her skin. And I believe that's another victory for me, you know? This mortal soul is consigned to heaven after death.
Only because I'm letting you, remember? You owe me.
I'm surprised you didn't cash in that debt yet.
I'm waiting.
Very
Might have
well.
something else. Who knows? It's fine. They still signed a record deal, which means eventually a lot of them are going to end up in my basket anyway.
That's true. I think almost all of them. But Charlie stays good until the end.
That's true. I'm pretty sure that little girlfriend of theirs is going to turn into an axe murderer.
Who, Rachel?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes, Rachel. Yes, the axe murderer in 2029. Yeah.
Good for her, you know? Good for her.
No, well,
Warms my
no.
heart.
I hesitate to say that. But Charlie, well, they're going to change the face of rock and roll as we know it. And they're not even aware yet.
Rock and roll. Isn't this scene? You know, I don't even know anything about this kind of music. All I know is that I'm wearing a really cute outfit and I didn't even get to be visible today.
Would you be more comfortable out of that tracksuit?
I could be.
I know this is a church, but there's a motel across the way.
I almost thought you were going to suggest the church, in which case, wow. But yeah, I think that's definitely not sacred ground.
Not where God can see. And
Oh boy.
Artemisia, I think, is gonna like teleport y'all
Horrible.
out of there. If that's okay with
Yep.
you, Melchior? Is gonna
Absolutely.
disappear in just a beam of golden light. And Charlie, tell us, what's like the final scene we see in this church, right? Like what's the final scene of this show?
The final scene is that the crowd is cheering and everybody is looking for a little more energy because as the producer guy leaves, everybody realizes that that was an extremely tense and unfun concert. So every band like takes one more turn just doing like a fun cover. So like we get up and do like Girls Not Gray for everybody just to like get a little bit of like actual dancing in. to close out the night. Everybody screaming the lyrics together and everything like that.
It's like the end of a Disney original, much to Rachel's
Yeah.
chagrin. I'm sure
Yeah,
it
like,
is.
everyone's dancing.
You
you're,
must feel like the
playing
logo is like there somewhere in the corner.
as you're like singing along, right? And like credits begin to roll. And I think like we like zoom in on like Charlie's ecstatic, really fun, like your life has been made, sort of like pure happiness, like bliss on your face as your brand new friend Mel, your other friend Alexis, and your very good friend and crush Rachel play alongside you on this stage with everyone dancing and singing. That's all you've ever wanted, right, Charlie?
It is.
And we close this episode of The Angel You Know with Charlie's record deal being sealed. So everyone, thanks so much for tuning in to this next installment of our mini-series. I have been one of your co-GMs, Connie, playing the devilish angel, Artemisia. Pronouns they, he, and she. Find me on TikTok and Twitter and itch at by Connie Chung. That's BYCONNIECHANG by my games. Follow me on TikTok. I'm going to pass along introductions over to Brandy.
Hi everybody, I'm Brandy Rose, pronouns they, them, and I have been your slightly distracted devil, Melchior. Look, Melchior is doing their best. Sometimes you just have an off day, or millennia. And I am just super excited that we get to soon close this up, and I'm really hyped to see how this is going to go. So thank you guys for watching, and now I get to introduce and thank our wonderful mortal, the amazing Super Dylan. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Super Dylan. I was the mortal today, and this was great as always. What a fun game Halo and Horns is. So thank you so much, both of you. Mwah.
So glad to hear it. I love Charlie. Charlie is so sweet. I never
Yes.
had any doubt that Charlie was going to be one of mine.
Nope.
Never had
I
any
knew
doubt.
from the start. For me, it was more of a question of like, am I going to play the boon or am I going to narratively let this happen? Now we are always curious. What did you think exactly our agendas were?
I had a lot of trouble figuring that out. I thought maybe the goal at first was to get me to kick one of the band members out. I wasn't sure if that was part of it. Getting me to help another band might have been one. And then the contract, I wasn't sure whose that was because contracts are usually devilly things. So I was not sure what direction that was going. I remain in the dark. I have no idea.
Ooh, maybe I can reveal mine then and help enlighten you. So Artemisia's goal was to get you to befriend the other bands.
Oh, okay.
Get you to make friends with at least one of them. And you did. And you did. So Artemisia did get that. Brandy, what was Melchior's?
Melchior's was to get you to sabotage another band.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
it was sabotage versus befriend. Your character was just so good and so kind and
such
so
a good
sweet.
bean. Artemisia had it in
Such
the
a
bag.
cutie.
Yeah.
I think that was really fun to play with somebody that like genuinely like, you cannot cup this person. You were literally handing them every excuse in a silver platter and they won't take it.
Yeah. Oh, that was so fun though.
That was fun. Well, everyone, thank you so much for tuning into session 5. Session 6 is going to come out soon as well, I think, on the schedule that we're currently on. So we love you all so much. Take care of yourselves. We're going to be rating someone awesome, I'm sure. Give them a follow if you like what you see. Even if you can't stick around, say that Transplanter sent you. Rep Transplanter in chat. And tune in Saturdays for our main D&D show. Every Saturday at 5 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. The Second Stranger right here on Twitch at Transplanter RPG. Take care. Peace, and see you later.